Hey, we put a
Yes,
call
sir.
out for mics in our last episode.
Oh, that's right. How many mics?
Okay. Well, look, this is as scientific as you put the onus on me. I was like, how the fuck are we going to judge this?
True.
And I didn't know. But there is a feature on Will, are you on social media?
No, I don't like to talk about it, but I'm not on social media anymore, Charlie.
Okay. Well,
I'm reluctant to speak about it, though. So
there's
please
a function.
don't bring it up.
I won't bring it up. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah. There is a function on Instagram where you can run a poll. And so I ran a poll, are you a mic? Mm-hmm. And we had over 500 respondents. And the percentage split was 10% mics, 90% non-mics, 10% mics.
Mm-hmm.
Is high. That higher
That's
or lower?
That's a high percentage of mics.
Okay. We also had a bunch of mics right in. And I think this is where it gets interesting because there are some mics who are just like, hey, I'm a mic. But there are some mics who are like, I'm not actually called, my name's not Mike, but people call me Mike. Anyway, we're going to get into it now.
Good.
Now, we don't normally give people's last names, but because they're all mics, and I figure it's okay we're going to give first and last name to differentiate our mics. Okay.
All
right. So this is from Mike Shaw, who says, hey, Mike here, reporting in. I've been named Mike my whole life so far. I went by Mikey until the end of college, and I switched to a more professional Mike. Mikey more professional? Yeah, I guess so. Mike's more professional than Mike.
Little Mikey Shaw. Is it Shaw, the last name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mikey Shaw.
Little Mikey Shaw or
now
Mike Shaw. I mean, I'd be trust. That's a good name for someone you'd be trust. Like, you know what I mean?
Mikey Shaw or Mike Shaw?
Mike Shaw.
Mike Shaw sounds like, yeah. Because it's got Shaw at the end, and that sounds like he's sure of
Mike
himself.
Shaw.
Mike Shaw.
Yeah, Mike Shaw.
Mike's sure of himself. Almost nobody calls me Michael, but I appreciate that it's there if I need it. I'm like that with Charles. Like, no one calls me Charles, but it's a good way to just kind of go, oh, yeah, I can slip into Charles if I need to, get a passport or whatever. In fact, I very much need to do it for the passport. If you're assembling a League of Extraordinary Mics, these are my current skills. Great. Can drive semi-trucks.
Okay, good.
Useful.
Handy. Yep.
We'll need that. Between July of 2019 and November of 2021, I spent 85% of those nights camping.
Okay.
I used to do maintenance work for the state national parks in Nevada, oftentimes camping remote areas for up to 8 days. Maybe you need a mic grills. I don't know. I know how to take it.
This feels like good post-apocalypse.
This is almost like macho fop.
You know what I mean? This is good stuff. Like to know that we know someone who can handle a semi-trailer and knows how to camp out for long periods of time in the wilderness.
Well, he said that his special skill that comes from camping is that he knows how to take a shit in the desert.
Okay, well, I mean,
I reckon
that's the one I could speculate on. I reckon of my own accord.
I would love that though. The first time we try it, we get bitten on the ass by a rattlesnake. Have to go to hospital. They remove our ass.
The rattlesnake actually went up his ass. The rattle's still coming out his bottom. Hasn't bitten him. It just went in there.
He's pretty good with a chainsaw, which is good. That's handy in the apocalyptic situation. Majored in journalism with a focus on marketing and advertising.
Okay, wow.
It's funny, man. Why did you? I'd be interested, Mike, to know why you shifted. If you want to write back in,
I don't know. I've spent a lot of time around journalists and advertising and marketing people, and it's often made me want to go and take a shit in a desert.
He signs off by thanking us for the content. We helped him in with a lot of his long haul drives. Oh, you're welcome, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
This is a Michelle Schumacher.
Yep.
I'm a female, Michelle. That is a French version of Michael.
That cannot be right.
What?
That this person's name is Michelle Schumacher.
Why is that?
Because of Michael Schumacher.
Oh, no, sorry, Michelle Schumacher.
Yes, but like you're saying that this woman has, like, she has the female version of the name.
It doesn't sound the same as. Well, yeah, I get
Michael Schumacher and Michelle Schumacher. You're telling me that is not really? You're not amazed by that. You don't take any particular. Okay, all right, fine.
Well, I guess. Well, I mean, a little side note. I only the other day heard me use the word coincidence. And asked me to define what a coincidence was. I really fucking struggled to do it. But I think next time I'll say it's like Michael and Michelle Schumacher. It seems related, but it's not.
I mean, it just sounds the same.
Okay. This is from Michael Cole. Hey, I'm just checking in to let you know that there's at least one other Michael listening. This is from... Oh, this is a Meggings related one. This is from William Day. My first name is William, but my parents always used my middle name and called me Mike. It's generally what I go by and what my friends call me. My dad is William Richard and goes by Bill, and I'm not a junior, so I guess they thought it would be less confusing. Right, okay. So that's, but where does it come from? Oh, his middle name.
His middle name, Mike.
Yeah.
They
He is William
didn't
for
call
official
his dad
business.
Dick, though, did they? His middle name was Richard. They're calling you Mike. But I get that. My grandfather was a William and Bill, and so I got Will.
And this is from Reese Hermans, who says, "I'm also Mike. My name is Reese, but I just go by Mike. Thanks for all the laughs." It's like that's. I didn't know you could just do that. Like
What, go by another name?
Well, yeah, but how does that come around? Like normally it's a derivation. Like we call Iona Iggy for short. But the Iggy's a real name. There's actually people out there called Iggy, right?
That's that doesn't seem like that is short. In fact, I feel like it's exactly the amount of name. Are you talking syllables?
Yeah.
Yeah, but in like letters, it's exactly the same amount of letters.
But it's not, we don't write it down. It's just when we're calling her Iggy.
Yeah, but how is
Instead of
Iggy
Iona.
short for Iona? It's not. Io.
It's not.
No, that's right. It's a different
they
name.
both
That's a
begin with I.
nickname. You're saying a nickname, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so this is like with Mike, it was the middle name.
And what
with
about
this,
Reese?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know where it's come with Reese, but it hasn't come from Reese. It's just a different name.
Regular listener Michael Nados has said, I'm Mike. I'm Michael Nados. I prefer Nados generally, though, as I'm working in a warehouse and they all call me Mike. And I think it fits as a working class name. Do you think Mike and the Mechanics?
I mean,
Mike from Monsters Inc.
it makes sense, right? Mike and the Mechanics. It just sounds right together.
It does, Mike. Mike. I'm trying to think of, so Michael Chamberlain, we call him Chambo. What other Michaels do we know? Do you know what any Michaels in our sphere? Michael.
Are you talking external to the fact that we've had 3 separate Michaels be our producers on this podcast?
Yeah, like friends of ours, like people that we know.
Mikey Robbins.
Michael Chamberlain. Mikey Robbins. He's a Mikey.
He's a
Mikey.
Mikey.
That works.
Yeah.
And that's not. So Mike Chamberlain doesn't work. Doesn't fit Michael Chamber, does it? Chamber.
I'm going to
works.
start
And
calling Michael Chamberlain Mike Chamberlain. You know that great footy podcast with Adam Rosenbachs and Mike Chamberlain?
Mike. It doesn't work.
It's horrible.
It actually feels gross.
It sounds terrible. Oh, is this
Mike
popular
Chamberlain.
TV writer Mike Chamberlain?
I think for a while, Chambo was ironically signing off things as Mikey. He would text and sign off and say Mikey or Mickey. His email has Mickey in it. I know that.
Mickey Chamberlain.
Mickey Chamberlain.
Mickey Chamberlain would know.
That's like an IRA.
Yeah,
gangster.
that's what it does feel like. Yeah, that's right. You know who blew me up
You
in
don't
the
want to
war?
fuck with Mickey Chamberlain. He'll blow your house up. Or Mickey Chamberlain.
Totally. But Mick Chamberlain is wrong on every level.
Michael Asher says, I don't think I should be participating in this poll as I am a Michael and not a Mike. I feel like there's 2 camps here. Michaels and Mikes, with each other not liking to be called the other.
Interesting.
A Mike seems like a fat guy who only wears Hawaiian shirts. Not sure if this helps.
Okay.
It doesn't shaming.
It doesn't. Well, Mike shaming.
I think that is true, though, in the sense that I would think there is a separate, as we just pointed out, Michael and Michael Chamberlain. He's certainly not a Mike Chamberlain, and that would make me think differently of him if he was to be a Mike Chamberlain.
Oh man, I can't. It seems like a completely
Like Michael
different
Jordan.
person.
If you called him Mike Jordan,
Well, no, like Mike. Everyone wants to be like Mike. So I think
did
people
anyone calling him Mike?
I think
they did.
if you referred to because this thing was I want to be like Mike. I think that if you referred to him as Mike Chamberlain, Mike Jordan, people would kind of it's in the zone. Whereas like Mike Chamberlain is the most offensive name I've ever heard.
It's disgusting,
life.
isn't it?
I hate it. I
makes my
hate it.
skin
I
crawl.
can't like a Robert Smith lyric. It makes my skin crawl.
What about famous pop star Mike Jackson?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Or Mick Jackson?
Mickey Jackson, Mikey Jackson.
Yeah, speaking of potential child molesters. This is from Mike Hasselhoff.
Okay.
Do you think he's any relation?
To Michael Jordan.
Yeah, because people are related by their first name.
You didn't get on board my Schumacher bit. I'm not getting bored with your Hasselhoff.
All right. I like this. Wow, you got a long memory. Okay. Long time listener, longer time Mike. Definitely not part of a secret cabal of Mike's controlling and influencing public institutions.
Oh, sounds like
immediate red flag.
Absolutely, you are. Or why would you say that?
I'm here to comply with instructions from episode 454 to declare Mike status. I draw the line at torturing orphans, but I'm presently wearing thermal tights. I enjoy the listen as always. Thanks heaps, mates. Okay. So we did sort of say, we did open it up, didn't we? We sort of said it can be Mike's or any variation.
Yeah, Mike's or variations of Mike's.
Okay. This one came in from Nick B. Subject, sometimes Mike, in brackets, Mick. I just want to lower the bench, Mike. My name is Nick. My name is Nick, but my dad sometimes calls me Mick. By complete coincidence, my partner's grandmother misheard my name when we met and has been calling me Mick for 10 years. Okay, I like that. That's an accidental Mick.
Because Mick we haven't really even factored in at this point, have we? Because like Mick Dundee, like famously Australian iconic. Like I mean, if he was Michael Dundee, Michael Crocodile Dundee, I don't think it would be the same.
Have I ever talked on this pod about when I was just before high school, whatever the year 6 and 7 is that high school? I don't know. The way my school was weird. I went to a school that was from grade 5 to year 8, and then I had to go to a school that was 9 to 12.
Yeah, so okay, that's weird. That is weird.
Whatever that middle school, I guess you'd call it.
I guess.
But we had to take the bus to get to school, and we'd pick up all these different schools along the way. We're on the same route, and we were the only Catholic school. And the boys from one of the grammar schools, just before it got to our stop, or one of us would pull the cord on the bus, would yell out, "If you're a Mick, put your hand up." And then like one of us would pull the cord, and everyone would start laughing. And I didn't know that like
Mick was like short. Oh, is it a slur for Catholic? Like I know it's a term for
as
Catholic,
in Irish
but it
Catholic.
but it is a slur, is it?
It is a slur, yeah. But I don't actually have a problem with it. Like I don't think it's that bad. I mean, when it comes to sort of like cultural and racial slurs, Mick's pretty light, right?
I think Mick is fine. I didn't even realize that it was technically a slur. Like, what does it mean? Does it just mean Irish Catholic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I look it up? What the origin of the slur?
Mick slur is a good thing to type in, I think. A person of Irish descent. Definition of Mick, ethnic slur, offensive term for a person of Irish descent. So not even Catholic, just Irish.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, I should be doubly offended at that, considering my origins. It also says that taking the Mickey is also like an Irish reference, and it's also considered a slur.
Yeah, I guess so, right?
Yeah, right. Okay, so then this came in from Michael Riccardo.
Okay.
Who said,
like
I'm a
Daniel Ricciardo, the Formula
One.
One.
Like Michelle Schumacher. This came from Michael Senna. I'm a Mike, but I prefer Michael. Please don't call me Mike. Well, I appreciate you writing in.
Thank you, Michael.
Does anyone ever call you Willie?
So it's interesting with William because there's so many different ways that you could go, right? There's Will, clearly. There's Liam, like Liam Gallagher. There's like Billy.
I had no idea Liam was short for William.
And not always. There are lots of Liams that are just independent Liams, as there are some Wills that aren't Williams. But
I can't believe, though, it makes total sense. Like, it's the last 4 letters of William.
It's the other bit. It's the other bit of the name.
I just feel like I'm just woken up. Oh, my God, of course.
There was a lot of people going around going, I'm using the first bit of this name. And a lot of people go, what are you going to do with the last bit of that name? Fuck
I
off.
like William, but I really want to extend that I. Really I am. William.
So, Liam Gallagher's a William. So, what if I rebranded? What if I just, I'm sick of using
silly Willie Anderson.
No, I'm just going the other way. Liam. I literally do a whole
Liam Anderson.
Like, so I go, you know what?
Liam Anderson.
I've used the first 3 letters of my name for so long. it's time for me to switch. And like, kind of like turning,
I've had these other 4 letters just sitting there. They're
doing
in pristine condition.
all this that are technically, it's like, kind of turning over your mattress. Like,
Yeah.
Totally.
Totally.
This is, maybe I should just like, and like, maybe
You've had it in a vacuum sealed chamber. Those last 4 letters, they're pristine. When did you? Have you been Will your whole life?
I've been Will. I mean, I've been Will my whole life, but I reckon I was using an extra L for maybe the first 14 or so years.
So the first L of Liam is probably
Just
bit
a little one,
but the
untouched for the last 25 years,
condition.
and then IAM ready to go as
bagged
new.
and boarded. Yeah, I reckon. I love it. I love the idea of you rebranding as Liam Anderson, and it gives me the opposite feeling.
Well, yeah, what does it feel
Mike
like?
Chamberlain.
Tell me.
It feels serious.
Yeah.
It feels like Liam Anderson.
Liam Anderson.
Yeah.
ABC News.
ABC Drive or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you're listening to.
I could see
you're
just
listening to
Liam
Liam
Prime
Anderson
Minister on like broken
ABC
policies
Drive
and stuff like that.
Is this
Liam
what
Anderson.
Mr. Prime Minister? Is this what they meant when they said it wouldn't be easy under Albanese?
Okay,
Liam Anderson, ABC.
Liam Anderson with a pithy zinger. ABC Drive.
Yeah.
Michael M comes in, says, I'm a mic. For your information, I'm a mic for your bench mic. You must have, I don't remember coining that phrase. I think you must have done that. It sounds like one of,
it does.
It sounds like a pithy one line.
It does sound like something dumb that
Liam
I would
Anderson.
do. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's not so many like show title puns for Liam Anderson. Like it would be harder to come up with Liam.
Yeah. What would it be?
Millennium.
Why didn't you do a podcast team up? Yeah, dude.
Oh my God. Yeah, well, that's how far I would have to go to get something to work because nothing else immediately springs to mind, I've got to say.
Mike Brace says, I'm a Mike. Hi there, Will and Charlie. I know Charlie might just tally up all of the emails you got with the subject line on Mike, but in case you do reading this out, I just wanted to take the chance to thank you for all the entertainment you've provided over the years. My wife, who occasionally listens with me, is a medical professional.
Oh, that'll do. Close enough.
An occasional listener.
Yep.
She's very caring and hardworking. She's a very caring and hardworking nurse, and I love her very much. So if you do read this out, I know she would love to hear the good old, and then it just cuts off. What happened, Mike? Did she I would love it. The irony is if his wife came out and was like, "Are you on the computer again?" She slams the laptop in his fingers,
chloroforms him from behind.
I'm sick of you listening to those silly boys, Liam Anderson and his friend, the other one. To see the full video, join our Patreon.
Patreon.com/Tofop.